The Social Security Trust is projected to be depleted by 2035, according to a recent report from its Board of Trustees. Two demographic trends are driving the depletion of the trust. First, we have more retirees collecting benefits and living longer. Second, birth rates have decreased, leaving fewer workers to pay into the system. If the trust fund does run out in 2035, Social Security will still be able to pay around 80% of the benefits that are entitled to everyone. So how would this 20% reduction in Social Security benefits in 2035 affect someone's retirement plan? Let's revisit our old friends Pilot Pete and Chef Steve to find out. We'll use the same assumptions we've made in prior videos for Pilot Pete and Chef Steve. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll post a link in the description below. They've each saved $1 million and expect to spend $6,000 per month in retirement. Their Social Security retirement benefits at full retirement age are $2,304 per month. Since Pilot Pete applies at age 62, his monthly benefits are reduced to $1,613 per month. Chef Steve, on the other hand, waits until age 70 to apply. By delaying, he'll receive $2,857 per month when he finally begins receiving benefits. In a prior video, we examined the results for Pilot Pete and Chef Steve using two different life expectancy assumptions. In the first scenario, we planned for each to live into their early 90s. There are several reasons to assume a long life for financial planning purposes, which I'll address in a future video. We also looked at their retirement results assuming they lived until the average life expectancy at birth in the United States. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, U.S. life expectancy at birth is 76.1 years for men and 81.1 years for women. In our analysis today, we'll examine both scenarios. If we run a Monte Carlo retirement analysis for Pilot Pete, we find that the projected Social Security bankruptcy in 2035 lowers his probability of success from 78% to 65%, assuming he lives into his early 90s. That's a significant reduction in his chances of retirement success. When we assume the average U.S. life expectancy for Pilot Pete and his wife, we see that their probability of retirement success comes in at 98%, even with a Social Security bankruptcy event. That's virtually no change from his probability of retirement success without the Social Security Trust going bankrupt, assuming an average life expectancy. So Pilot Pete may be cutting things close if he lives a long life. If not, he'll most likely be okay. But how does he stack up with Chef Steve? Will delaying Social Security make a difference in this case? As it turns out, timing does not make a big difference if we assume that the Social Security Trust bankruptcy happens in 2035 as projected. Assuming life expectancies of 92 and 94 for Chef Steve and his wife, their Monte Carlo probability of retirement success comes in at only 64%. That's 1% lower than Pilot Pete's chances. When we assume the average U.S. life expectancy, Chef Steve loses out to Pilot Pete again. In this case, Chef Steve has a 95% probability of success, 3% lower than Pilot Pete's chances, and 2% lower than our analysis that assumed full Social Security retirement benefits over his life. Of course, it would be helpful to see how Pete and Steve would fare if they applied at their full retirement age of 67. As it turns out, once again, this is the optimal age for them to apply if we plan for their benefits to be reduced by 20% in 2035. If they apply at their full retirement age, they would see their Monte Carlo chances of retirement success come in at 70% with our longer life expectancy assumptions. If we assume the average life expectancy, their odds come in at 97%. It becomes clear that if we plan for the Social Security Trust Fund to be depleted in 2035 as projected, the incentive to delay Social Security retirement benefits to receive a higher monthly payment goes away. It adds another form of risk to most retirement plans. It also means that retirees will need to be more diligent with their retirement cash flow if they expect to live well into old age. Again, timing Social Security benefits does not move the needle much for those with a 90% or higher Monte Carlo probability of success. For people fortunate enough to have retirement odds that high, a projected Social Security bankruptcy lowers their incentive to delay benefits. For retirees who have Monte Carlo probabilities less than 90%, delaying Social Security benefits should be approached with caution. At the very least, they may want to add a scenario to their financial plan that reduces Social Security retirement benefits by 20% in 2035 and consider the results. Applying early may give them the best shot at a successful retirement. If you're thinking about delaying retirement one more year and are wondering if it'll help, I recommend that you watch this video to learn more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.